bank resolution methods. This was one that actually fit for the situation we are in now. If another bank failure comes, I mean, they may have to apply another which is different from this. So the central bank is not obligated to use this method on all the banks. I mean, that's what I'm saying. We cannot say they have to use this method to all the banks that may have problems. No, there are many, methods that can be used in a resolution.
Yeah, we know that. The point is appointing somebody from the central bank or a former staff of central bank to run the bank. That's what we're saying. Will they come in, bring in a new management, and take it to the level where it's attractive for sale?
Yes.
So that's what I'm asking. Is the central bank sending a message out there that for banks that do not do the right thing or get to a level where we feel there is, you use a term, imprudent lending or certain practices, they will intervene and take it to the level? Of course, each case is going to be different.
The central bank have done so many occasions. I have had resolution missions in many of the banks before, then a staff of the central bank. From I think I had my first resolution mission in 1982, a bank that was failing in this country. I have many of my colleagues that had also done these resolution missions at the central bank.
So it is a practice to get a staff from the central bank?
Yes, it is.
But there was also a possibility of having an outsider do the same job you are doing? Or is it restricted only to the central bank staff?
No. It's an outsider can do it. But you see, these things are at levels. If central bank discovers that a bank is getting insolvent or there are some other ailments of the bank, what they normally would do is, in line with the CBG Act, they would do what they call, the regulators call a prescription. A prescription essentially means a central bank official, preferably from the inspectorate, would be posted to that particular bank and work with the management of the bank. Essentially, the person would be an advisor to the management of the bank, and also to ensure that the prudential ratios that are put in by the central bank are complied with. If the situation still doesn't work, then they go to the next level, which they call, the supervisors call CISO, S-A-I-Z-U-R-E. Under CISO, a central bank official now takes up management, what we call interim manager now. If things go well, he goes out, the management comes and goes. If it doesn't go well, like what we saw at the Continent Bank, it's liquidated.
Very clear.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Just a couple of questions relating to the former president. Did the former president, the ex-president, Yahya Jammeh, did he have any interest in Keystone or PHB Bank?
As a person, we have not come across any.
Okay. Well, thank you. Now, in relation to Central Bank, you have explained that you cleaned up Keystone Bank, removed all the toxic assets, and now it's a kind of squeaky clean bank.
Yeah.
Now, the toxic assets is a different company. That must have cost Central Bank a substantial amount of money. So, what happened? How was it financed?
It was financed by the Central Bank and the Ministry of Finance.
Jointly?
Yes. That is why the Central Bank, the Mega Bank Board, the chair is the Central Bank Deputy Governor, and the board members are Ministry of Finance and other ministries of the government of the Gambia.
Okay. Was it a loan that is being given to Camco to recover and repay, or how was it accounted?
I am sure you must have heard what we call lender of last resort. This is a loan that the Central Bank can actually give to failing financial institutions with the intention that it will be recoverable. The whole idea is to ensure that depositors' funds are protected.
I understand that part. In relation to the investment that has been made by Central Bank, by rescuing, and I suppose government, by rescuing what was Keystone Bank, because you intend to sell without the bad assets. You're going to sell, if you're going to sell at all, just a clean bank.
Yes.
So how does the government and central bank get repaid? That's my question.
Well, if if the bank is sold today, the proceeds naturally, part of it would go in to pay the investment that was made by the government.
And central bank.
And central bank, of
And
course.
if there is any loss, it will be?
We are not anticipating any, and the way we are, it's not possible to be sold at a loss.
But if there is a loss, what happens?
If there is a loss?
I didn't say when, I said if there is a loss, what happens?
If there is a loss, of course...
Who bears it, central bank or government?
Government and the central bank, but they would have brought that loss doing their mandates, because it's a key mandate of the central bank to protect depositors' funds, what we call safety and soundness of the financial system.
I understand.
Yeah.
So I suppose that goes back to the issue of when you will actually divest yourselves of Megabank, sooner rather than later, hopefully.
Well, I want to believe pretty soon, because we've had interested investors. People are coming, and the central bank and the government has, I think they are doing the sort of a Dutch auction, I think, because I'm not part of the committee that is taking care of. But I know bids have been put in there, and the bids would be open. I don't know when. When they are, it will be left to them to see who actually fits to take the bank. But the process is actually on.
All right, thank you very much. Mr. Chairman, may I apply to have admitted?
Sorry, before you admit, just a quick question. Mr. Jatta, I think we just wanted a bit more background, I guess just for the information purposes. The toxic assets that you mentioned, which was on the, or which is on the CAMCO, that's the bad bank. Are efforts being made to recover these outstanding amounts?
I'm afraid you may have to come again.
Okay, the toxic assets. Efforts being made to recover these outstanding amounts?
They are being recovered. I think what we have not informed you is that CAMCO actually is not a debt collecting entity. The entity is AMRC, Asset Management Recovery, which I want to believe belong to the government. Now, the reason for the CAMCO actually coming into the equation is you would recall Keystone was not a public entity. Now, the Act, AMRC Act, stipulates that they can only do a collection for public entities, government entities that are related directly to the government.
Yes, very true.
So for the funds to be able to get the exercise to be performed by the AMRC, it essentially means there has to be a company that is created that belongs wholly to the government, and that company will now offload to the AMRC. That was how the CAMCO came. So yes, AMRC is doing the collection. Again, I'm not part of the committee that is monitoring that, but we get updates, and I understand the process is on.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
One more, same line. The portfolio of toxic assets that were transferred to CAMCO and eventually to AMRC, was any of it related to the ex-president or associates? Would you know?
There is a definition issue here, but what would be an associate is probably what
a friend or a person,
I just informed
business associates that you spend time with.
Yes, I just informed the Commission earlier on that the statements that we saw here, in one of them, it is Maligam. The Maligam is owing the bank to the tune of 5.3 million, 39 million thereabout, $5.4 million. That account is currently at AMRC. So if you are talking of related accounts, yes, that would be.
But we don't have anything linking Maligam to the ex-president. on paper?
That's why I said, well, it's a definite on issue. All I can say is Maligam account is there.
Okay.
Whether it's related to the president, I have no idea.
Any politicians, any?
Absolutely no idea.
Thank you.
Mr. Jata, it would be useful for us to get the list of debtors of CAMCO, if you can provide it, the list of debtors.
Of CAMCO?
Yes. Those who contributed towards the toxic assets that you then had to transfer to CAMCO and are now being collected by AMRC. Just a list.
Yeah, certainly.
Following on the Commissioner's questions.
Certainly, we'll be able to provide that.
All right, thank you. And of course, the amounts that are owed, the list and the amounts that are owed.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, may I apply to have admitted statement of accounts, account opening information and transaction documents for Maligam International Limited, and also statement of account opening information, and only one transaction document, being a check for KGI International. The witness will do further search for the transaction documents for KGI. Mr. Jata, we'll give you 1 week from today. Okay. That's next Wednesday, to produce the rest of the information or to report that you haven't found it, together with the list of debtors.
It is noted, yeah.
Thank you.
Megabank, formerly Bank PHB, account opening documents for Maligam International, account number 001102000958 plus bank statements for the period 1st January 2008 to 19th September 2017 and related documents. Admitted mark BB 120A. Megabank, formerly Bank PHB, account opening documents for KGI International, account number 001102000956 plus bank statements for period 1st January 2008 to 19th September 2017 and related documents. Admitted mark BB 120B.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I don't have any further questions for the witness.
Very well, thank you very much. You may go.
Thank you.
Yes.
I call Mr. Abdukul.
Yes, sir. You can have seat, sir. Please have a seat, sir. We'd like to remind you that you're still under oath, sir. Thank you.
Mr. Cole, I'm going to give you 4 documents in 4 bundles actually, which you have had an opportunity of looking at. Could you give this to Mr. Cole, please? We'll take them one at a time. The top bundle is in relation to the sum of $2,737,117 United States dollars, which were transferred on the instructions of the Office of the President